What's up, YouTube? This is your boy JD, and thank you for viewing Coast to Coast Gamers. Um, if you haven't heard my schedule by now, I was going to do YouTube videos on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And Thursdays will be Throwback Thursday, where I'll just post up old videos that I did with my son or by myself. So, I'm also going to switch up, do something else different. On Sundays, I'm going to try my best just to put up sports videos like this NBA 2K18. I don't play Madden. I don't particularly care for Madden anymore. The game just got too redundant. So on Sundays, it'll just be my NBA 2K18 games. And then on Tuesdays, I'll put up just Division or any other new games that I purchase and put those out, like Days Gone or The Last of Us Part 2, whenever those games comes out. So with that, let's go ahead and watch the second season of NBA 2K18. This is after I already won the NBA Finals against the Raptors, a 4-game sweep. I'm about to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. As you can see off the right-hand side, I lost 4 games so far. So I'm doing so far pretty good. So let's go ahead and watch this game against the Thunder and the Jazz.
We're at Vivint Smart Home Arena, the home of the Jazz, as 2K Sports brings you today's action. Live from Salt Lake City, Utah. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Here in Utah. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the side.
Well, guys, we all know.
And that's how Russ has always been, DA, a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. Early in the regular season here, some teams off and running, but Brent, if you've had a talented roster that's not coming together yet, what steps do you take to try to get that compass pointed in the right direction?
Well, I guess it depends on the players that you're looking at, Kevin. If you've made a move in the offseason with a veteran guy who you thought was going to do A, B, and C, and you only see him do A, then maybe you got to think about the lineup needs some tinkering. But if it's younger guys and still guys who are trying to develop, and now you're asking them to expand their games, I think you got to err on the side of being patient to see what might transpire over the course of the entirety of the season.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Paul George is out there with Thomas Robinson. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. George, no good. So it's Utah now. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
Yeah, some history here, though. Of course, they won that first-round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
Out to the right wing. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Dwight Howard pulls it in. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's Mitchell. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Westbrook with it. He's coming off a 22-point game against Charlotte.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
George dishes to Westbrook. Adams the pass to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. There's a screen by Robinson. Here's Robertson. That one off the back iron and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Utah shooting their first free throw tonight.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Westbrook. Westbrook missing again.
And 1 for 5 is a tough way to start the game, Kevin. They got to get it going.
Howard kicks to Crowder. Here's Rubio. Kept alive. Here's Gobert. Adams, some nice D.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
And that one's good. George George has got 5.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
This is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already. If at all possible, make someone else beat you.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Kept alive. Adams. Gobert with the block. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Westbrook against Rubio. Outside, George. Back to Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. Shoots the 3. George missing again.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Gobert. He feeds it to Howard. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
A soft touch there from Dwight, gifted at measuring those interior shots.
And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle, and under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City, and I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
Rubio, the pass to Howard. For 3. Rubio misses. Thunder trailing by 8. George up top. Defended by Crowder. The shot by George, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Hey, Brent, what's more important, offense or defense? Some guys are great at both.
Well, offense is sometimes what you get paid for, Kevin, but defense is where you need a buy-in. And so to me, it's always the defense and the way that you construct that camaraderie on that end of the floor, that communication on that end of the floor, that's going to make the difference in your season.
Don't you love two-way players, though, guys that play hard at both ends? It's hard to do, but the guys that do it well really stand out.
Well, it's not football, Kevin. There's two sides that you have to play in basketball, and certainly the more equipped that you are to play both, the more playing time you're going to see for a coach.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense. Wow, that is awesome to see the small man challenge the big man. Sometimes when you jump, Kevin, you can be taller than the big fella.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Back to Roberson. No good from outside. Jazz leading by 12. Here's Mitchell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Mitchell. 2 shots.
Free throw dropped for Mitchell. For the Thunder, Green, he's checked in for Adams. Alex Abrinas comes in for Roberson. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And Mitchell drops them both. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against Charlotte.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Here's Abrinas. There's a screen by Cantor.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass. Utah
leading by 12. Rubio dishes to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Dinwiddie, covered by Rubio. Poked away. It's stolen by Gobert. It's Crowder on the wing, defended by George. It's tipped.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Abrinas with the bucket.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass. Cantor, a guy for the early part of his career in Utah, trying to find his niche or role into the league. And it wasn't until he moved to Oklahoma City where they decided to make him an impact player coming off the bench. And it's proven out to be a pretty good role for the young Turk.
Here's Abrinas, clock at 6. With the floater, here's Green, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Green's got his first points of the game. Feeds to Mitchell. And he slams it down right on top of Jermichael Green.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crowder. And for Cantor coming off the bench, he certainly is a perfect fit in that role. Comes off and, you know, Brent gives his team a go-to player for that second unit.
Well, it's nice on nights, Kevin, when your offense is struggling, that you can rely on Cantor to come in and just put up points and put them up in a hurry. So efficient down there on the block and gives you a ton of scoring in those limited minutes.
Mitchell passes to Rubio. Nice ball movement by Utah. Howard, good.
They're pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
There's the pick. Tipped away. Stolen by Rubio. 1 second left. That's good from Howard on the assist from Rubio. And that's now 6 points for Howard. And so it's Utah holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get right back to the action when we return. You have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Jazz, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Their chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board making their subtle contributions.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. On the wings, Abrinas and George. Enes Kanter is out there with Green, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point. There's a screen by Kanter. And George kicks to Dinwiddie. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Rubio dishes to Howard. Over Green and off the front iron, and in it goes. Howard's got 8.
Exactly what they want right there. Continue to get good looks.
There's a screen by Kanter. Dinwiddie passes to George. Out left to the wing. And it's sent back by Howard.
Well, that's where he is just a force. Such a great internal clock in terms of his timing to go up and block those shots, Kevin.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
To the inside, Gobert, an easy 2 points on the layup. He's got 11.
They are just killing him on the interior.
George against Crowder, and the wide open shot from Green. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Releases from 15 and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Jazz lead by 19. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Brent, as we're becoming a more positionless league, the league is asking guys entering the NBA to do more things. So, with that being said, of some of the youngsters, who strikes you as the most versatile?
I really love the demeanor and approach of Karl Anthony Towns' game right now. I just feel like there's something that he has in terms of how he controls himself on the floor, Kevin, and the full confidence of the complement of skills he has. Stepping back and shooting threes, playing out of the post and making passes, handling the ball on the fast break. I think Karl Anthony Towns does some amazing things and is incredibly versatile from that 5 position.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks. That's a shot you got to step up on. Wide open, no coverage. Good shooters don't miss that often.
Mitchell's shot is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Thunder trailing by 20. To the middle. Here's Westbrook, and it's sent back by Howard.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And Dwight Howard, the first pick overall in the 2004 draft. At his peak, he won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 3 consecutive seasons. And Brent, he's the only one.
I think you have to at some point just realize what it is that Dwight Howard has been for the length of his career. A lot of people had tremendous expectations that he was going to dominate offensively. It's just not been the case. He has led the league in rebounding 6 times. He's been an 8-time All-Star and will probably end up being in the Hall of Fame.
And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Jazz.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Robinson kicks to Westbrook. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Drills it from outside.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
From the corner, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Mitchell's got 18 points.
He's having a night right now. Credit to the shooting touch, helping his team with the lead.
Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Thunder trailing by 16. To the middle. Looking for Adams. He gets it there. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Sometimes you raise your eyebrows at the things Steven Adams does athletically at his size. Almost impossible to stop him once he's at the rim.
And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Outer dishes to Gobert. Stolen by Robinson. In the corner, it's Westbrook. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And the shot's good from Crowder.
Timeout.
And the Jazz lead by 18.
Start it.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Max checked in for the Jazz. Jackson comes in for Ricky Rubio. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Over Jackson. Gobert with the block.
Right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession. That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Jackson down low. He's covered by Westbrook. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got his first basket. Jackson against Westbrook. Pass to Abrinas. Robinson a screen on Crowder. For three, Westbrook. And it's Westbrook again missing. Utah leading by 18. Crowder the pass to Gobert. And he banks in the layup. Gobert's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
There's the dish to Roberson. Robinson kicks to Roberson. Back to Robinson. Westbrook with a wide open look. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. And Matt kicks to Howard. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, there's no doubt he's known for defense and rebounding, but you have to admire the work Robertson has put in improving his shooting stroke. Well, if you look at Andre Robertson's stats, you would wonder why he gets so much playing time. Not a great scorer, gets a ton of minutes, and I'll tell you why. He can defend wing players and great scorers in this league like a hawk. That's the reason why he became a valuable performer through the years for Oklahoma City.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Steven Adams. Green comes in for Thomas Robinson. Paul George is checked in for Alex Abrinas. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And you look at Robertson, and he is clearly a defensive specialist for this team.
Well, he's a great wing defender and so many great offensive weapons at the 2 and 3 spot in the conference, the Western Conference, that he is familiar with. Does a great job of going out on a nightly basis and doing what he does best. That's playing defense for his ball club.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Kaminsky is checked in for Gobert. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Dwight Howard. Jerebko's checked in for Jay Crowder. And Raul Neto subbed in for Jackson.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
George dishes to Dinwiddie. Back to George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And George drops them both. Here's Neto. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now the feed to Kaminsky. Shoots over Kanter. And that one goes long.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Here's Dinwiddie. 9-point game his last outing. Tries again. Kanter's shot is off. Here's O'Quinn. And so it's the Utah Jazz with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And I felt like they came out of that with a terrific game plan, especially on the offensive end.
The defense seemed to be swirling and guessing about where the attack was coming from, inside, outside, and in transition.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Jazz. We've got your red team. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Shelvin Mack. And it's Neto in at the 1 spot. And Robertson has it in the corner. Trying to answer back. But that 3 is off the mark. And the whistle blows. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
So, Brent, you averaged 21 points a game your senior year in college. What adjustments did you have to make to really score at the NBA level?
Well, I didn't have to ask for the ball much in college, but by my first year in the pros, Kevin, I had to do that. I said, I'm open over here.
Right.
You know, really it was just a matter of being comfortable within the system, and then there's always that proving ground, Kevin. The first 6 months as a rookie or a first-year player that's getting ample time, you just want to prove that you're capable of handling your business in the league, and that all happened for me in my rookie year with the Los Angeles Clippers.
Now the pass to Westbrook. George sets a screen for Westbrook.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Good.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And Mack kicks to O'Quinn. Over Robinson, and Utah again with the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Westbrook kicks to George. To the wing right side. Screen by Adams. Roberson, and his offense just hasn't been there.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Jefferson's checked in for Shelvin Mack. The Jazz have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
Timeout.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside and try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Screen by Adams, and the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his first foul. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. The shot's good from Westbrook.
Just becoming better and better at the catch and shoot game. If Westbrook ever perfects that part of the offensive end of the floor, look out.
Kaminsky misses.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Neto kicks to Jefferson. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Outside, George. Adams sets the pick for George. And it's blocked by O'Quinn.
Good reach by O'Quinn, getting to the shooter and reading when he was releasing it.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And it's George finishing it off.
He really takes off, just never looks back.
Yeah, by the time anyone even thinks of chasing him, he's gone.
And the shot is good. O'Quinn's got 6.
Now, the D was there, but O'Quinn good in the paint there and tough to shake.
Screen by Adams. And Roberson kicks to George. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Neto, the pass to Kaminsky. And Adams sends it back.
Adams is a decent shot blocker, but relies on his position mostly, that time in the right spot.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Alex Abrinas is checked in for Roberson. The Thunder shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle. And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And that one drops for him.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Neto. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Max checked in for the Jazz. And then for Oklahoma City, Cantor checked in for Adams. And it's Green in for Thomas Robinson. Look from Green. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 4 assists in the game. Neto kicks to Mack. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Mack's got 5 points so far.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Back to George. Lets it go from deep. Utah with the rebound.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it.
The Thunder have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half, up to this point going 7 of 14. Utah's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's your Rebco, guarded by Green. Paul George with the steal. Westbrook passes to Abrinas. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, people talk so much about shoot-first guy with Westbrook. How about that time finding the open man?
Here's Neto. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Cantor dishes to George. Back to Cantor. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Goes up the baseline. Yep, it counts. 16 points for Russell Westbrook.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Neto kicks to O'Quinn. Great tee that time from Green.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but, man, that's an easy shot.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
And the Jazz making a change here. Rubio's checked in, and Oklahoma City also making a switch. Dinwiddie's checked in. Jacks up a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 5 assists tonight.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Rubio in the corner. Jerebko, the pass to Rubio. He dishes it to O'Quinn. No good from 11 feet. Thunder trailing by 17. Here's George, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Westbrook.
And the work he's doing from deep has been fun to watch. Great looks, and he's knocking them down. His ability and threat to drop those long-range bombs on a defense really makes their offense click.
That free throw good from George. And Utah making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. And both free throws good for Paul George. 1:02 left in the third. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 20 points.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there. You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
Green with the block. George dishes to Westbrook. Rebound by Mitchell.
Yeah, and the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
Well, and he breaks out the tomahawk. No soft finish there. Pure power.
Yeah, we could feel that one all the way over here. Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 6.
Jazz foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. No good on the free throw. The Jazz making a switch here.
At the line.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Mitchell. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's Utah with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Thunder trailing by 16. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Russell Westbrook. Green is out there with Paul George. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Dinwiddie in a 2-guard.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Crowder against George. And Gobert with the basket on the assist from Crowder. Gobert's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Jazz. Oklahoma City shooting 43% for the game. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Robertson's checked in.
Andre Roberson.
For the 3. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Green kicks to George. Here's Roberson. No good that time. Good D by Howard.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
Pass to Roberson. Kicks it to Dinwiddie. Green, the screen. 4 on the shot clock. Pulls up. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Utah leading by 22. Here's Mitchell, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Oklahoma City called for the foul. Brent, for the NBA, it's been a very prosperous time over the last couple decades. What do you think has been the key factor or factors in the growth and the popularity of the game?
Kevin, I think the game speaks for itself and always will. The NBA, to me, is the greatest game that we get a chance to watch. Athleticism and poetry in motion. But one of the things at its foundation and core that I've loved is that the guys that are carrying the mantle for the league right now are likable. And there's nothing that beats likability.
And they appreciate, Brent, I think they appreciate the people that were before them very much.
I think they not only appreciate what's gone before them, Kevin, they're in the moment now. And they appreciate what's going on with their careers in their moment.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
It's George on the wing, defended by Crowder. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Took him no time at all on that one. Mitchell's got 6 here in this quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Roberson the pass to Westbrook. They need this. They grab their own miss. Adams. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Once a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, Steven Adams has the size and smarts to really become a devastating big man in the NBA.
And the first one at the line is good. Steven Adams brings a lot to the team, Brent. Got a chance to be more involved, in fact, with the offense after Durant left.
Well, he's not a wispy 7-footer, Kevin. Thick and rugged out there on the floor and willing to set a lot of screens to free up Russell Westbrook. One of the things I'd like to see them do is maybe explore him in the post a little more often as an offensive threat. I think he's capable down there.
And so Adams nails both of them.
Well, Steven Adams can have an impact on the game, certainly defensively, certainly with the screen setting. But how about the character of the center of this basketball team? One of the most quotable players in the league, and he'll never hold back from speaking his mind in an interview. Gotta love his disposition.
Here's Harrison, covered by Rubio. Here's Adams. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Mitchell. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Mitchell's got 30 points. And with Adams being so likable and quotable, a lot of it has to do with his incredible wit.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Steven Adams talk show once his career is finished. Or maybe not. Maybe before his career is finished. But when you're the younger sibling, you usually come up with a very refined sense of humor.
Right. Like you, Brent. Just 5 to shoot. Abrines' shot is off. And here's Utah. A 14-2 run over the last bit. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, they're just absolutely getting anything and everything that they want out there. They have not let up.
Hey, Brent, in other sports, later draft picks often become all-star level players. That seems to be much more rare in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure, Kevin, and there are a lot of great finds for NBA teams in the second round and even late into the second round as guys who make solid contributions not only to their team right away because they might be more mature players that are passed over because the young guys show potential. I think that scouts do a great job of finding that rare talent. Maybe they're selected a little bit more early than they would be in previous drafts. There's much more information out there for GMs to get at.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Abrines kicks to Singler. Here's Abrines. Screen by Baamute. Knocked loose. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Singler, no good. And here are the Jazz now. Really controlling it now with an 18-2 run here. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Shooting for Utah, Donovan Mitchell. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Jackson, he's checked in for Ricky Rubio. And Mitchell drops them both. And it's Oklahoma City's ball.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Amute, a screen on Crowder. And Adams kicks to Amute. Lays it up and banks it in.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
A different look for Oklahoma City. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Adams. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Harrison. The Thunder shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Abrines, the pass to Green. Out to the right wing. Here's Dinwiddie. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
It's Jackson with the drive, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Green, the screen. Abrines, the three-pointer is right on target.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. 1:49 left in the fourth. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Chalk up 2 there. Gobert's got 6 in the quarter.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
Screen by Baamute. Here's Singler. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Brent, the NBA has a new CBA, now a collective bargaining agreement. How big a win is this for everyone involved?
I don't think the league has been in a better situation than it is right now, Kevin. And for the fact that labor discussions all took place behind closed doors without anything sneaking out underneath them, I think it was great for the league. It's been great for Adam Silver. It's been great for the Players Association. So it's nice to see the train keep rolling.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Utah.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
That's good from Singler. Ricky Rubio checked in for Utah. That one is no good.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
Crowder goes in, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Free throw good, Crowder. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Dinwiddie kicks to Abrinas. Passes it to Singler. Back to Abrinas. Screen by Baamute. Up off the screen, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Dinwiddie kicks to Green. Crowder with the steal. It's deflected and stolen by Singler. Here's Dinwiddie. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they.
All right, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you guys have a blessed Sunday, and don't forget what Monday is. It's not just about black people. It's about everybody. Martin Luther King wanted everybody to love one another, no matter what race, color, creed, religion you are. And especially the way we are now, we want to fight over simple stuff that we can't control and crying over stuff that you don't need to be crying over, like certain political parties and all that other crazy mess. So let's just love one another and just remember, we're all brothers and sisters, no matter what color you are or who you are. So just support each other. All right? You guys take care, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Y'all take care. Peace.